Good evening, everybody. This is Wednesday, the 24th of June, and I'm coming to you from underneath my magnolia tree here in the front yard. Just wanted to try once again to do a video presentation for the evening and try to get this out to you as quickly as I could. Some things I do want to share with you as we begin today is, as you may remember, on Sunday I requested all who were interested and available to meet us at the church about 6:30 for a brief meeting to discuss worship and how we plan to proceed. As you may or may not be aware, the conference had advised that churches could begin going back in the sanctuaries this coming Sunday, provided they took all the necessary protocol steps and safety steps and things of that nature. But it's up to the local church to make the final decisions on that. Well, we had a fair number of folks that showed up to discuss the situation, and as you know, many of our church family are elderly, and a lot of them dealing with ongoing health issues, as well as we do want to be sure and follow the Wesley standard of first doing no harm to anyone. During that time, we decided that the smartest thing we could do was be safe. We've been getting better and better at our parking lot services. We now have the FM transmitter installed in service and working well. And so if you tune to 87.9 and you're in the parking lot of the church, you can hear the service, and I'll be on the porch there preaching on Sunday mornings. So the decision was reached that for now, in order to be safe, to continue the parking lot services. There were a few items, though, that were brought up that we needed to make sure to make people aware of as we have these services. We want to make sure that people have the opportunity to share prayer concerns in a way that we can truly get them out to everyone. And so to that end, we ask that you please forward any prayer concerns you may have by Saturday evening to me or Phyllis or Annette. Bobby in particular, Bobby McConnell, who administers our flock note site, will issue them to everybody that's in our system. And if you happen not to be in our system, we do need to get you in there. If you have access to email or internet service, we can also do a link where we'll get a phone message to you so that you'll get it on your phone. We put this in place a couple of years ago to try to help our church better communicate. But what we want to do is be sure we get all the prayer concerns in on Saturday evening, so we'll have the opportunity to share them with the church family. So please consider doing that. A couple of other points about the services at the church in the parking lot. They are at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. This is due to the heat. And that's very kind, because me and Devin and Kelvin, those that are helping man the sound system, we're the ones that are out in the heat, and it does get pretty hot pretty fast. So at 10 o'clock services, and while you're seated there in your cars, you can have your air conditioning running and stay comfortable and listen to the services. The FM station, unless I've made a mistake, are broadcast on 87.9 FM. The signal is not strong enough to reach beyond our church properties, so you have to be in the parking lot to listen. And this is something that we hope to continue to do even after we get back in the church, even after we get out of this COVID-19 situation. We also want to ask you to continue to practice the social distancing protocols. Most everyone, if you would, please stay in your cars or stay close by. Be sure to think about the health and welfare and well-being of all others around. In order to continue to provide financial support for your church, you can send your offerings to Linda Vandergrift's home address on Amy's Road, and she is the church treasurer. Or if you happen to bring them on Sunday, we'll try to be sure to have a little stand out there with an offering plate where individuals can drop by the offering plate one by one. We're not going to send ushers out among the cars and vehicles to collect an offering. We want to try to maintain that social distancing protocol to help prevent anybody from catching the sickness and having issues with it. And of course, that is weather permitting. Since I'm typically going to be on the porch sunshine, rain, whatever, doesn't matter. But we don't want to ask people to be going out in the parking lot like that. We may set it up under the portico around back on bad weather days, so you can just drive through there and drop it in the plate as you go by. We'll also continue to be broadcasting the messages through YouTube, just as I'm hoping we'll be able to get this one out to you on. And in fact, hoping to continue to do that, both YouTube and FM transmittal, even after we get back in the sanctuary. A lot of our church members unable to come out and be with us, that can't get out and about. The YouTube is a great way to do it. And even as Barry and Linda Church have mentioned, they like it on YouTube because, since they're in Tennessee a lot of the time, they can just log in on YouTube and look it up and be a part of the service and be tied to their church family, And we do want to make sure that we continue to do that even when we do get back into the sanctuary. In the interim, as long as we can and I can get it to work, we'll be issuing updates and messages, like Wednesday messages from my home here as I'm recording it now on YouTube, if we can just find a better way to get it from my home on into the system. We have difficulty here at my house with internet service. I can download pretty good. I've got a good service for that, but when it comes to uploading information, data, and especially video links, we just don't have adequate service out here. And there have been times when I've spent hours and hours just trying to get a few minutes of video uploaded. And typically, most of the time, the system shuts down. It either won't start or it shuts down halfway through. And the next thing you know, I'm out of luck. It's just not going to work. Those are some of the announcements I wanted to make sure you were aware of. And I'll be beginning the message in just a moment. But we'll pause right here for a second while I bring up my scripture and notes for my message, and then we will resume. God bless you.